Hello beautiful people, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. I celebrate my humble self, MC Bernardino. Thank you very much for always staying tuned. For those that are coming back for the opt-in time, thank you very much. And if you're you're just stumbling on this channel for the first time, take some few moments, click on the subscription button. There's a notification bell beside it, click on it so that anytime I drop a video, you'll be among the first to get it. So on Canada Immigration with MC Bernardino, what I just do is, because I have experience, I've been around for a few years now. I want to try as much as possible to give out information for people that want to migrate into Canada, and that's why I created this platform in the first place. Alright, without further ado, so today I've got a very interesting topic for you to let's discuss about it. So have you applied for your Canada immigration study permit, visitors permit, work permit, express entry, and probably you got rejected? You want to know the reason why, you want to know the detail why you were being rejected. So on today I'll be doing justice to what you can actually do. Or peradventure you submitted your application for a long period of time and it's taking a long time, you haven't heard back from IRCC on what is the status of your application. I have brought a partnership to you today, what you can do about it. So you want to hang on tight, call everybody around you, grab a cup of coffee, because today I'll be doing justice to what you can do about the GCMS notes. Welcome back. So let's start with what is GCMS. What does that stand for? It simply stands for Global Case Management System. It's an application used by IRCC in processing applications submitted by applicants towards migrating to Canada. So GCMS note is actually the remedy for you. You submitted your application in the past, you haven't heard back from IRCC, or you were rejected, you don't know why, you want to know the details why you're rejected. Normally if you're rejected, it will provide you with a letter why you're rejected, but you can actually go further by requesting for the GCMS note. The GCMS note tries to give you more information, detailed information on the immigration officer that treated your file, and the detailed reason why you were rejected. So I always advise those that get back to me and tell me, oh, my study permit application was rejected, my visitor's permit was rejected. I always tell them, if you can do, it is better for you to apply for the GCMS note, because with the GCMS note you get to know the details why you were rejected, and if peradventure you want to reapply, you get to know where and what you need to readdress. So let's talk about it. Is it really important for you to apply? What is the importance of applying for the GCMS note? I will tell you without missing words emphatically that I will advise you, if you are in a situation whereby you need a GCMS note, I will advise you to apply for it, and I'll be telling you in this video how you will go about applying for it. So take the chill pill, I will be going there. So it's important for you to apply for the GCMS note, one, because it gives detail of why your application was rejected in the first place, or if peradventure your application has been delayed for longer than usual, you get to know the status of your application and what the state of your application is. So these are so many reasons why the GCMS note, it is very paramount, and if you're in a situation whereby you need it, I will advise you to go for it. Alright, so let's go further again by addressing the question that is it really I said just told you about if it's important, right? Now, is it really safe? Some people are perturbed. Oh, if I request for the GCMS note, will it, probably because my application is taking longer than usual, I now request for the GCMS note, will it affect my application in any way? Will it be like a red flag for my application? That is a no. The GCMS note was actually created by it's a platform that was created by IRCC for applicants to know the status of their application. So in the first place, it is IRCC, Canada Immigration, that created a platform. It's the software that people can use to know the status of your application. So the officer that actually treated the case, the file in the first place, used the GCMS note. So he or she must have commented on your file, and even if he or she is passing your file to another person, it is still the GCMS note that still states the status of your application. So I want to tell you, without mixing any words, that it doesn't have any negative impact on your application. Alright viewers, I hope so far you've been understanding the information I've brought to you as far as the GCMS note is concerned. So before I walk you through how you can do it, how you can apply for the GCMS note, let me quickly tell you who can apply for the GCMS note. It's very paramount. Yes. So According to IRCC, if you go to their website, which I'll be linking in this video below, according to IRCC, it's only a Canadian citizen, permanent resident, or someone who is temporarily in Canada that can apply for GCMS notes. I'll go through that again. It's only a Canadian citizen, permanent resident in Canada, or somebody residing in Canada temporarily that can request for GCMS notes. So suffice to say, if you're outside Canada, you can request for GCMS notes. The only circle you have if you're outside Canada is you can use someone that is inside Canada, a brother, a sister, a friend, anybody that will help you to apply for the GCMS note. So do you actually understood that? So it's only a Canadian citizen, permanent resident, or someone that is presently in Canada that can apply for GCMS notes. So I would suggest if you're outside Canada, you have to look for someone that's inside Canada to request for the GCMS note for you. Yes. Now, in addition to that, just because Canada guides information very well, they know the importance and the significance of information, right? So they don't joke with information because of the Access of Information Act. So because of that, if you're outside Canada and you want, take for instance, hypothetically you are outside Canada, someone's outside Canada and wants me or a friend to apply for the GCMS note for him or her so that he or she can know the status of his or her application, it is requested that you give an acknowledgement letter. I mean, that simply states that before I can do that on your behalf, you need to have given me an acknowledgement letter that says, okay, on behalf of you that you're outside Canada, Bernard, can you please help me apply for the GCMS note? So without that endorsement letter that says, okay, acknowledgement letter that says, okay, I can do that on your behalf, it can't be granted. So if you're outside Canada, you need to look for someone that's inside Canada to help you apply for the GCMS note. I hope you understood that. So if you're outside Canada, you can apply except you have somebody that's inside Canada. In addition to that, you need to give him or her an acknowledgement note that says, okay, do this on my behalf, because that letter that you give is going to be uploaded on the website. All right, so there's this form that is called the IMM 5563. If I'm not mistaken, this is the IMM 5563. So it's a form, as you can see, the form is on your screen right now. So that form simply, it's called the Consent for an Access to Information and Personal Information Request. Okay, so this form is meant to be filled by both parties. So you, the main applicant, you need to fill it, and I, that I'm doing it on your behalf, I need to fill it. So the section 1, which is the first one, the number 1, designated representative information, that's for me or for the person that is doing it on your behalf. Okay, so the person doing it on your behalf needs to provide his or her surname, the given name, if it's a firm or if it's an organization that is doing it for you, the telephone number, the address, the city, the country, province, postal code, and the email address. That needs to be provided by the person doing it on your behalf. So number 2 is the applicant information. That is you, the main applicant. Okay, so this section is for you. You need to provide your surname, your given name, your date of birth, your family name, which is your surname, your given name, and your date of birth. Okay, so now don't get it confused. So in the section 2, we have 2.1 and 2.2, 2.3. So that simply says that if there are 2 or more applicants, I mean, if the application is for you, your wife, and your kids, so they created 4 different sections for you to put. But if it's just one person, just put your information in 2.1 and that is it. So that needs to be filled, that needs to be signed, and that needs to be attached. This IMM 55563 form, after it must have been filled, signed, it needs to be attached when such person in Canada is applying for the GCMS note for you. Don't forget, I initially told you that the GCMS note is meant to know the status of your application or to know the reason why your application was rejected. All right, so let's get a little bit practical. I'm going to walk you through how you can apply for the GCMS note. Okay, so now I'm on the cic.gc, that's Canada Immigration IRCC website. Okay, so simply just scroll down, and here you see the ATIP online request. So the person requesting for you in Canada, just, or if you're doing it if you're in Canada, just click on this, and here it comes. So Canada is bilingual, English or French. How do you want to serve? So I'm going to pick English for now, and you scroll down, and so once you scroll down, you get some information you can read through, but I'm just going to go to the next step. So scroll. So these private notice, you need to read it and you need to acknowledge that you've read it and you understood it. So I advise you to read it, to just go through to get more information. So yeah, I've read and understood and agreed. Click on continue. Then you can start filling the form. Okay, so now the first question is please select the department where you would like to submit and ask. So there are so many departments. Is it immigration, Canada revenue? There are so many departments. Aboriginal, so which one are you? Canada border, so it depends. So we are looking for Canada immigration, which is Canada refugee and citizenship. So I click on that, and then we're going to the next one, which you have to read through this and you agree. After that, the next question pops up. To be eligible to make a request, you must be a Canadian citizen, a permanent resident of Canada, or an individual or corporation currently present in Canada. So you need to select which of these are you, or your representative doing it for you. So Canadian citizen, permanent resident. So for now, I'm just going to pick individual corporation present in Canada. Okay. So now we come to the surname. So now the person requesting for you, not you, the representative needs to put the surname there. So I'm just going to say A B C, that's the surname, and the given name is D E F. So now you have to put your street number. I'm just going to say 1 2 3, and the street name is GHK. So now, name of business or organization. So don't forget, initially here you are asked whether it's an individual or corporation. So just because it's an individual, I'm just going to leave this blank. And so now you need to put the these are not really important. I mean, if it's not organization, you don't need to fill it. So now we need to put a city. So we're just going to say Toronto. And next is the province. We should just click on Ontario. Then Canada is already there. Don't worry, you need to be in Canada for you to do this. So the postal code, we're just going to say okay, K1K 1K1. We just leave it as that. And the telephone number, we're just going to put, you have to put, the representative needs to put his or her telephone number there. So we're just going to say 613-555-1234. Okay. So there needs to be just the same format as we have it here. So there needs to be a space in there, and there needs to be a space in here. All right. So fax, if you have a fax, you put it there. So now we have to go to the email. So email, now we have to look at. We're just going to say ASBYG@gmail.com. Just leave it as that. So for the same email, we just copy this, copy and paste. Okay. So now the next is, are you requesting information on your own behalf? So are you doing it for yourself, or you are doing it on behalf of somebody? Okay. So now I'm doing it, so take for instance, I'm doing it for somebody. So are you requesting on your own behalf? No. So that simply says I'm doing this for somebody. Are you requesting, if you're doing it for yourself, you say yes. Are you requesting information concerning a deceased individual? That means someone that is dead. So simply say no. If it's yes, you say yes. So select the category that best describes you. That means you, the representative. So academic, business, media, organization, member of the public. So you just click on member of the public. Okay. And how will you prefer to receive the requested records? So that means once they are done, how do you want to receive the GCMS note? So is it by email or CD? I just simply say by email is fine. Now go to continue. So now that's done. So now we so you have to read all this information. I mean, it's just an additional note. Now this is now asking you to, what type of information are you requesting? So what type of information so you have to pick Access to Information Act. So that's what you're requesting for. Okay, then which type of records do you wish to request? So what kind of records we are looking at is immigration citizenship records. Okay, so that's that. Requesting information for, so now we have to fill for the applicants. Don't forget the initial information I filled on the previous page was for myself, that is representing the applicant. So now I need to put the applicant information. Okay, so now I'm going to put in the applicant information. So surname, I'm just going to say XYZ, and given name, I'm just going to say JOL. Date of birth of the applicant, just say 12. I'm just going to just check a year. Just say 1992, March 12, 6. Okay, and so client ID number. So the client ID number, where you can get it. So the applicant is going to furnish you with this information, because the applicant must have when he or she submitted the file, he must have been given a client ID number, or the moment you submit your application line, they give you a client ID number. So the client ID number is usually 9 digits, if I'm not mistaken. So that's what we need to put in here now. So I'm just going to say 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll just leave it as that. So do you have alias? If yes, you put it. If not, you leave it blank. What type of record would you like to request? So what kind of records? Is it temporary resident, permanent residence, family, sponsorship, express entry, medical, landing? So there are numerous things it could be. Okay, so but just because of this example I'm giving you today, I'm just going to say express entry profile. Okay, so which specific information are you looking for? So I'm just going to say the status of my file. I just want to know the status of my file. File number. So the file number must have been given to you too. I mean, that you need to furnish to the person that is representing, that is filling this for you. So the file number, I'm just going to say the file number is this. And so if you have any notes that you want to include, because I mean, you can type in as much as 500 characters, you put it in here. If not, you just leave it blank. So now please submit the file. So now the consent. Don't forget I told you that if you're representing someone from outside Canada, you need to get a consent form. So now it's time for you to fill in to upload this consent form that simply states that, oh, you're allowed to represent the person, right? So now you have to just upload it. If you have it on your phone, just simply upload it and you add it. So once you add it, if you have any other document that you want to attach, like a rejection letter or whatever you want to apply, you can attach it under the other document. But if you don't have anything, you just leave it blank. But if someone is representing you, you need to upload for the consent. Okay, so once you do that, all you just need to click on continue. The next page is going to take you to the payment you make. Once you make your payment, it is done. And don't forget, after 30 days, you'll get your GCMS note that states the status of your the main details of what your application status is, or why your application was rejected, whatever the case is. All right, so I hope you understood the description I just gave you on how you can apply for the GCMS. No, so if you feel you have any question, there's anything you don't understand based on what I've told you today, I mean, feel free to drop it in the comment section below. I will oblige you like I always do. I'll reply your question as soon as I can. If you have any concern, drop it in the comment section. Once again, if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. Click on the subscription button right below, and there's a notification bell. Click on it so that anytime I drop a video, I mean, you will get notified. And click on the like button if you enjoyed this video. Share the video with your loved ones. Thank you very much. All right, so let's talk about how long does it take to if you apply for the GCMS note, how long does it take to get your response back? So if you go online, basically it's clearly stated there that it takes like 30 days for the applicant, for your representative, or for you if you are in Canada to get the GCMS now 30 days. So it could be more, it could be less. And also in addition to this, when is the best time for you to apply for the GCMS though? So if your application got rejected, the moment you get your IRCC notice that says, oh, your application for study, for work, whatever, visitor's visa has been rejected, right away apply for the GCMS note. Or if you have applied for your express entry or some other application and it's taking more than it's stated online, the moment it's taking 2-3 weeks exceeding the normal time, apply for the GCMS note and you'll get your response within 30 days. Alright guys, it's been real. I've been keeping it real with you. So now I'll be going to, you might be thinking this is a think about the segment, but I'm so sorry to disappoint you. I've eradicated this think about the segment. I feel it's time for me to enlighten you about Canada, so that when you come to Canada, you are used to the system. So in replacing the think about the segment, I've introduced do you know. So do you know is simply telling you more about Canada, what you don't know about Canada. So do you know, let's go to the do you know segment, where I tell you some things that are very paramount that you need to know about Canada. Alright, so you're welcome to the do you know segment, where I give you information that you need to know about Canada. Alright, so on the segment today, which is the pioneering segment, do you know that on July 1st, 1867, Canada became a confederation. On July 1st, 1867, Canada became a confederation, meaning that 4 provinces came together to form Canada. So the provinces are Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Quebec, and Ontario. Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Quebec, and Ontario. So they came together on July 1st, 1867, and they formed Canada, and that was the moment Canada became a confederation. I hope you ponder on that. So if you want additional information, do your own additional research online. Alright people, it's been real. I hope I've been keeping it real with you. I hope I provided you with enough information. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section, guys. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel and share this video with your loved ones. So I come back to you guys again with another very interesting, scintillating topic that I feel you will benefit from. I still remember my humble self, MC Bernardino. See you on the other side, guys. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel.